Man, what a letdown. Sorry about that, guys. Amateur hour is over. We're back on. My apologies for those who were there for the initial premiere. We're going to try this again. My microphone had an issue. I had to reconnect and redo it over. I checked it. Anyways, here we go. Welcome back. Bear down. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I am so sorry about the mishap earlier. We're going to make it better because this is a video I want to show. I am getting more excited about Caleb Williams. I know a lot of you guys are, but I know a lot of you guys still need to be won over by him. I know you need to be able to see him do it, but there's such an opportunity as Bears fans. We haven't had a generational quarterback before. We've had close, we've had some good signings, but man, when you see those things go around about the last time the Bears had a 30 touchdown quarterback or a 4,000 yard quarterback, and man, Justin Fields wanted to do that. You saw him at the beginning of last year say he was going to do it, but he didn't get it done. We had issues. And there's been so much promise. When we had Mitch Trubisky with the second overall pick, that was a huge opportunity. And we can go into a whole nother video on that one, but there was a huge opportunity there with the second best pass blocking efficiency line, going to the playoffs with him, getting those extra pieces, getting Allen Robinson, getting things in place where you thought this team had it, and then facing the world champions in the first round and the double doink. And guys, that was a block. I know a lot of people don't realize that yet, but that was tipped. It was a tipped ball. And so it was just heartbreaking, especially when Mitch Trubisky came back and threw that touchdown at the end. They had a minute left, and they came back. They scored on us. Mitch Trubisky threw two huge passes down the field, got us in range. Cody Parkey double. Painful. So this video goes off a prior video I did where I said, what if Caleb Williams isn't generational? What if he is a bust? Well, we're coming around. And there were some good comps in there. And the biggest ones were really Tua was a really solid comp for him. And a lot of people say Patrick Mahomes. Well, here we are as Bears fans. We want to see these records broken. We want to get to the playoffs. We want to win Super Bowls. We want to get it done. So here's the records for Bears fans. So if you want to see it, nothing special. All of these are winnable or are beatable. All of these can be broken. All-time passing, Jay Cutler, 23,443. All-time touchdowns, 154 by Jay Cutler. Think about that. If we have a quarterback throwing 30 touchdowns, that's only 6 years in the team. We just haven't had a decade-long quarterback. We haven't had a quarterback that's been a staple of this team. We need one. And a lot of people don't realize, look at how many records Mitch Trubisky holds for the Bears. And to be all-time, I had to put a label on it. I had to put some parameter on it. I made him have at least 3 years as a Bears quarterback. So Mitch Trubisky, all-time completion percentage, 64%. All-time interception, low interception percent, 2.3%. NFL passer rating, 87.2. And then for the single season, same thing with Mitch. Same thing for single season completion percentage. I mean, none of these records are out there saying these can't be broken. I mean, they're all breakable. Well, let's look. Here's the two comps that I'm using, that a lot of people are using. A lot of people say Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. There's different ones. And, those aren't horrible comps either. But you look at these two right here and look at how their careers have started out. Now, Tua's had a lot more injury. And Patrick Mahomes he wasn't a starter his first year. Now, neither of them were considered generational either. Now, Pat Mahomes is now. But look how he did on his first year. 5,000 yards, 4,000, 47, 48, 52, 41. Now, it's not fair to compare anyone to Pat Mahomes. But there it is, right there. There's Pat Mahomes. Then you look at Tua Tagovailoa. Boom. Injury-riddled, but then the last couple of years, he's looked like he's coming around. He's going to be healthy. When you put the healthy full-year stats up, kind of like when you had Justin Fields, you wanted to see the full year of stats. And he said if he had 17 full games, he probably would have broken the 4,000 or been at least real close. Well, that's not the purpose and point of this video, but look at how Tua did last year. Well, if these two are kind of the standard for him, for Caleb Williams, and how we can do, why wouldn't he break the quarterback records for the Bears? You listen to Joy Taylor on Speak, and it drove me nuts, guys. It absolutely was just ripping me. I was just like, what are you talking about? She talked about how the Bears don't have the culture for Caleb Williams to come in and succeed year one. The Bears don't have a culture. Are you kidding me with that crap? Culture comes from a new head coach. Culture comes from the organization. Now, we've had this coaching staff and this GM in place for a couple years now. This isn't brand new. And we have guys come in like Montez Sweat who have completely bought in. And you listen to him on the Chris Long podcast where he says, I can't lose to Green Bay this year. He only played him once. He's only played Green Bay one time as a Bear. And he's already bought into that mentality, to that culture. It's there. You listen to Jaquan Brisker. You listen to Jalen Johnson. You listen to DJ Moore. You listen to these guys, and they've bought in. And then you watch what the Bears are doing. Keenan Allen going down to Caleb Williams' pro day. DJ Moore coming into Hallis Hall to meet with Caleb during his top 30 visit. Jalen Johnson there. Tyreek Stevenson there. All these guys meeting with him, getting the team involved. That's the advantage of having 1-1. They already know who's being picked. They already know. This isn't a surprise. It's very clear at this point. It's 99%. It would take something crazy for us not. I even think if we got the Herschel Walker type of trade, I don't think at this point Ryan Poles would come off of Caleb Williams. That's how sold they are on Caleb Williams. So why are we tempering expectations? We shouldn't. Joy Taylor doesn't know what she's talking about. Expectations should be sky high. We have 4 weapons now that are top of the league with Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, and Gerald Everett. All 4 of those guys are extremely capable, top tier, low drop rate, high contested catch rate. Guys that he can get on any and each and every play. 12 personnel sets. There's no reason we can't have a first down every single play. I know that's an exaggeration. I get it. Other teams do their part too. Defenses are going to be rushing us. They're going to be playing good defense. There's no reason we can't be this elite top tier team with that defense who was top 5 in the league at the end of last year, and then putting these weapons around Caleb Williams. There's no reason we can't. The biggest weakness last year was the line. All right. Well, we've addressed the center position. We do have a starting center. I think there needs to be more long-term help. But we have a good backup, too, with Ryan Bates. Now, he's not top tier, but he also helps fill in for Ja'Tyre Carter as well. I really think we're going to address the swing tackle position in the draft. If everyone stays healthy, we have a good opportunity here to be a average or better offensive line, in my opinion. So what do I expect this year? I expect a 12-5 record, to dominate the division, and to have a first-round playoff win. Now, these stats, if you take compared to being in between Tua and being in between Patrick Mahomes, being right in between those two guys, this is a very realistic first year with the weapons we have. And this is what I'm going to put out there. This is my expectation for year 1. Yes, 4,376 yards based on 7.8 yards per attempt, 561 attempts for a whole healthy season, competing for a division, playing into that last game to try to get a top seed, 561 attempts, 370 completions, 66% completion percentage, 31 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Well, how does that compare against other similar guys? Well, here's other talents at the top of the draft in the last couple of years. Now, C.J. Stroud came into a similar situation to what Caleb's coming into, a team that's already been rebuilding, and you can insert and have him do well. C.J. Stroud even had one of the lower completion percentage and lower passer ratings, adjusted completion percentage, I should say, and passer ratings, quality balls, I should say, better poor pass rating. He didn't throw quality passes, but he managed the game well, and he got it to his receivers, and they had high contested catch rates, which this staff now has. This team has it. Only threw 23 touchdowns, which showed it wasn't completely on him. But Trevor Lawrence came into a crappy situation. It's not the same, and he still threw for 3,600 yards. Joe Burrow, kind of similar to it, didn't play a whole season. You see only 290 attempts. Justin Herbert had a stellar first year. There's no reason this generational, more generational than any of these guys on here, more generational than anyone but Andrew Luck from what they're saying. Above Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if I agree with that because Trevor Lawrence really had a huge college career and came in with high expectations. But they're saying Caleb Williams has those same expectations. Why are we tempering that? We shouldn't. The expectation should be high. And what happens if we have him for his rookie contract and he balls out, takes us to the playoffs? Heaven forbid. I mean, what if we win a Super Bowl with him in his rookie contract? Well, he signs a Pat Mahomes contract. And we have our locked-in, decade-long quarterback. 4 years on the rookie, 5 additional years. Yes, we can sign. We can do a 5th-year option. But when you have someone that balls out, you give them the extension right away and you forget the 5th. So what if we have him for 9 years? What does it look like? This could realistically be what his career looks like as a Chicago Bear for those first 9 years. You've got a quarterback who's supposed to be generational. He would break every single Bears quarterback record in those first 9 years. This, all gone. It would look like this. Why wouldn't Caleb Williams want to come to the Chicago Bears with Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, a top 5 defense, Shane Waldron, Chris Beatty, the wide receivers, the staff we have, a decent offensive line if they can continue to build with it. He already knows how to play with a rough offensive line from USC. He already knows how to escape. But look at what this would do. He would almost double in those first 9 years the all-time passing, the touchdowns. Everything would be broken. If I'm Caleb Williams, I'm chomping at the bit to be a Chicago Bear. I am taking that Joaquin Phoenix dance out. If you guys have seen it on social media, the AI generated where it's him instead of Joaquin Phoenix out onto the stage dancing on draft night. I am ready. I'm talking it up on social media. But you can't wait to see my suit and my girl's dress on draft night, dropping that drip, getting everyone excited. Gonna come showing up. Now show out on the field. Because we know you've got some swagger. We know that you've shown it on the field. With this team, there's no reason you can't do this. This is my expectation year one. Maybe I'm putting too much on him. Maybe I'm not being careful enough. Maybe I'm not tempering it enough. And everyone wants to be careful and say, no, I'm going to be safe. And I'm going to say 9-7 or 9-8. And I'm going to say 10-7. And I'm going to say, maybe if I'll be brave, I'll be 11-6. I'm telling you right now, if we're not 12-5, then we didn't make the right choice here. And I think I'm getting there. I think we might have. I think we might have made the right choice. If his arm is as special as they're saying, and I'm seeing some stuff on tape, and if he's really able to do what they're saying he can, why can't he do this as a rookie with this team? And then next year, we have all those draft picks to keep supplementing to it. We can extend the players we need to, the ones that work out if Tevin stays healthy, if Jack Sanborn it becomes a staple, which he should. We can extend those players. We can add with the draft, and this team just getting more and more and more stacked while he's on this rookie contract. If I'm Caleb Williams, I'm so excited to be here. I know, Caleb, you're not watching my podcast. If you do, thanks for tuning in. But this is what I expect from you, man. Show it to us. Bears fans have been lacking forever. It's not just for too long. It's forever. We haven't had that staple. We haven't had that guy. In Chicago, it's not known as the quarterback city. It's known as the defense and run the ball. We deserve this. We deserve you to live up to it. Work your butt off every single day. Prove yourself. Be there. Be it. And show it to us. Give us multiple Super Bowls. We want the Pat Mahomes treatment. We deserve it. We deserve to shove that right down the Packers' throat. We haven't had this 1-1 opportunity with a generational quarterback before. Give it to us. I'm getting excited. We're only 10 sleeps away, guys. 10 sleeps away from the NFL draft. 10 sleeps away. 10 short sleeps. I wish that was dragging on. It's taking forever to get here because this is such a historic offseason. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I really do feel like this is realistic for Caleb. If he's generational, he should do it. With that, hope you guys had a great weekend and bear down.